Hey guys, it's Keith Allen. We got a busy day today, man. I've got actually 2 live streams scheduled for the day, so we're going to keep this one brief and dive right into things. Bitcoin bulls absolutely stampeded yesterday. The question now is how far can they run? And we actually talked about this quite a bit yesterday, right? And went in depth. And if you want more of the in-depth, the nitty-gritty of what I think is behind this move, a lot of what I would think is behind this move, then by all means go check out yesterday's live stream. It was called Liquidity-Based Sentiment for Sub 60K Bitcoin is Evaporating. And that remains part of the theme here today. But obviously a big move yesterday for Bitcoin and ETH specifically. As I said, we also have I have another live stream coming up actually in less than an hour. So I'm going to keep this one brief, and we're just going to kind of like take a quick look at the charts, and then we'll get more in depth later today. On the live stream with the Carbon crew, with Crypto Corio and Jen and Dr. Richardson. That's always a good one. Make sure you're tuning in. That's going to be at the top of the hour. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the charts here and see what's happening here, and see how things look in the order book, so that you can have a decent idea of what's going on, and maybe we can figure out what's going to be next from here. So let's go to this chart, and let's go ahead and find the right chart that I want to show you. That would be this one right here. And boom. Okay, so on the candle chart, as you can see, big giant moves up, right? Yesterday, a nice big fat, almost 8% candle here, pushing things above that 2021 top. And I have been talking about this level for the longest time. I said yesterday that I thought that this is the most important level on the chart that needs to be flipped. We had yet to validate an RS flip here, with all of these attempts dating back to March 5th, the first time we broke above and set a new all-time high. We came back, lost it, came back, wicked above, fought for it. Looked like we were going to get that move, but we literally only had one full candle body above before things broke down again. We came back with a second attempt. Same situation. One candle body above. We broke down, another, one other full candle body above, and then things reverted. We broke down again. Same situation. All of these wicks below, to me, were signs of weakness, and they obviously paid off that way, as this was, I think the catalyst on this one was when we saw the attack on, the Iranian attack on Israel. Not here to talk about geopolitics at the moment, here to talk about the charts. So this move right here, very, very important, right? Also notice what happened last week. We talked about this death cross here, and look how quickly that reverted, right? Back to a golden cross as the 21-day moving average, reclaiming its level above the 100-day moving average, and now trying to unwind, on a trajectory to unwind with the 50-day moving average. That would be inherently bullish. So what's happening here, right? Can we hold this level? And this is what I said needs to happen. And I've been saying this over and over again. We need to see full candles printing above this 2021 top at 69K. It was the all-time high for years. And now I'm looking to see a break, this move. In my opinion, the healthiest thing that could happen would be some consolidation here, right? Consolidation and staying above. I really expected that we would have seen another dip back down to either the 21 moving average at 63.8, or maybe the 50 moving average around 65K. We're going to look at what the liquidity looks like in the order book to see how that's stacking up at the moment. But it hasn't happened, right? Notably, it also didn't happen in any of the other cases that we broke out from a prior range, right? It didn't happen here. We never got the retest. It didn't happen down here. We never got the retest. And as bad as I want them, and as much as technically it should happen, it just hasn't, right? Doesn't mean, just because it should doesn't mean it will. And quite often, the market will go against the grain here, and that seems to be what's happening again here today. Yesterday, we went in depth on fire charts and showed how this move seemed to be a well choreographed, baited short squeeze. Somebody even asked me on the live stream yesterday, hey, should I short from 69.5? And I don't give any advice on those on direct questions like that, but merely said that this is a risky short because of the fact of what I saw in fire charts. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. Yesterday, I need to refresh this. Yesterday, I illustrated some of these moves that were happening, and we could see them really quite well here. Let's see if I can see it better on the daily chart, if that's still in here. Well, a lot of that is actually cycled out of the daily. Let's go back here. A lot of this action right here actually is what I was looking at as they were putting up sell walls, and then they were spoofing them and moving them higher, spoof it again, move it higher. And they kept stair stepping those sell walls up, and that lured in shorts. And then what happened? Then they pulled the walls again and let it go. And so, yes, a lot of this got filled because look at how much buying happened here, right? But most of that move was choreographed, in my opinion, and made way for this big move up. Now, how high can we go from here? And what is the liquidity doing below? Good to see some bids coming in above the 60K level. This is what you want to see. And different than the stuff that keeps rugging or roof pulling. That's a roof pull. Anything overhead, I call a roof pull. Anything down below, I call a rug pull, above and below price, right? So the fact that we see some more bid liquidity coming into this range is good. In terms of how high things could go from here, you can see that we do have, a good concentration of ask liquidity above, making this resistance, pretty tough here, right? And in terms of how far I think it could go, in the short term, listen, long-term targets are up there. It's high. No doubt about it, right? I think that the market is inherently bullish. We have lots of good fundamental news coming out. We have obviously another positive day of ETF flows that we saw yesterday. We also have some news on the political side, both from candidates who are pledging support for crypto, and most importantly, that House bill, that Fit 21 bill that I talked about yesterday. Again, I don't have time to go into that right now. We'll talk about it more later on the next live stream, but I went in depth on it yesterday, and there's actually a link to a pretty good article on it in my feed if you want to check that out. Let me see if I have anything over here I wanted to share with you, because I did save a few things that I'll just touch on really quickly. I'll touch on them, right? Obviously, we have a liquidation cluster that is worth considering. Guys at Kingfisher do a great job with these liquidation maps, and he's identified a cluster here that he's looking at really above this 70K range, above 71 up to nearly 73.5, right? And so what I like about this, other than the fact that it's really easy to see what's going on here, another thing I like about this is that it aligns really, really well with what this measured move is. This measured move was taken from the top and bottom of this falling wedge. I take it now to the breakout level, and that puts us right up there in the 73 range. Okay, so that to me is really a reasonable potential move. Obviously, we're running into resistance. I don't think that this is when we see the breakout to new all-time highs that's sustainable. We could get a fake out. And hey, I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I was wrong about where we are now. I really expected this to not be a one candle move. But it is, right? So I trade what's in front of me, and what I see right now is a lot of momentum happening, and the MACD shows that momentum is also building here. But that said, I have seen some indicators that show momentum fading, including the trend precognition A1 algo down here. This A1 slope line is now trending downward a bit, which shows that doesn't mean that price is dumping. It just means that the strength of the move is fading. Okay, so maybe that's the case. Maybe they will regroup and find their strength and keep going up to 73, or maybe even threaten to test that all-time high, or maybe we're going to see a little bit of a pullback. Pullback doesn't scare me here at this point. What I would be watching for is whether that pullback holds above this 69K level. This to me, the most important RS flip on the chart, whether it pulls back above this level or it breaks down. And if it does come down lower, then I think we have a potential to go visit these levels here, potentially 65, potentially 63. And as we look on fire charts, we can see that we do have liquidity now starting to ladder back up from 60K into that 65K range, into the 63K range as well here. Actually, a little more coming into the 63K range, which is good. So that's what my eyes are on. And just continuing to watch this moving liquidity because it changes so often. It's important to keep an eye on that so you have an idea of where things could possibly go from here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one at that, guys, because again, I have another live stream coming up here in a bit. You can see now at the moment, by the way, look at this. Notice some of the stair stepping. I want to tell you that I don't trust this liquidity. I don't trust these bid walls. They're here and they are hurting liquidity. And now they're trying to suck it downward. Look at this, stair stepping down, stair stepping down, stair stepping down. This is how it happens. And look, support now just fell below the 69K. So now, again, maybe they're trying to bait in more shorts at this point. This is a dangerous level to trade, in my opinion. If you're considering a short, plan on getting, at least manage your risk so that you could survive a squeeze up to all-time high territory, because I think that is not out of the cards. Certainly up to the 73K range. And in terms of longing here, again, really, really risky in my opinion. This is near the local high, right? So how much room is there? Do you want to take that 2.5% trade, 3% trade up to that potential top? If we were to go there, what would that be from here? All right, so maybe it's a 5% trade. All right. So it's a 5% move to the top from here, which is not horrible for anybody that wants to go for that. But again, I think there is a potential to pull back down into this range. And that's what I'm personally hoping for, because I'd like to, keep adding to that position from down lower. I scaled some out. I was hoping that we were going to get that pullback down into this range. Still a possibility, not something that we can rule out. Technically something that should happen to test this support and validate an RS flip. But, now we're trying to validate one here. If we wick down below, to me, that invalidates the RS flip until we have full candle bodies above on a consistent basis. So that's specifically what I'm watching here in this range. Hope that gives you some insight. As always, I appreciate the comments and the feedback and the support you guys are showing me. Please do me a favor. If you like the content, smash all the buttons, share a comment, and I promise to engage with you. I do with each and every one of the comments that you guys share with me. It means an awful lot to me. So thanks a bunch. Be back here in, a little over half an hour with another live stream. If you are looking for the written analysis on this, I will do my best to add it in here ASAP here. Okay, it will appear on YouTube, and if I can get it done fast enough on the X videos as well. If I don't get there fast enough, you don't see it on X, you'll always see the written description on the YouTube channel. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.